Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Shaping Your Future weekly video series. I know it's been 2 weeks. I hope you've missed me terribly. I'm back now, and I've got some exciting things to share, which I'll do probably in another video over the next few weeks. But one of the things I did want to share with you today was a process that I developed, something very simple to help you better handle information overload. Now, in the world of 24/7 news, Twitter feeds, Facebook updates, emails, we are getting information that leaves us with virtually nothing to do. And by do, I mean there's no actions that I can take about a tsunami that has just hit an island in the South Pacific. I'm being presented with a terrible situation, a problem that needs to be solved, but without the resources or the physical distance to actually act on that. And so what this does to us is this creates a huge amount of stress and concern and preoccupation with things that are going on outside of our range of control. And so I want to help you very simply avoid those things that you cannot take action on. And so I created this very simple framework. When new information is presented to you, whether it's global, national, local, doesn't matter, the first question determines whether or not that information is actionable. In other words, is this something you can or should act upon? Now, if the answer is yes, great. Very clearly determine what that action is that you need to take and either do it right then or make sure you make a note to take action on that later. And this is important because oftentimes we may look at something and say, oh yeah, I need to take care of that, but we don't set any time or follow up for it. And then it just gets added to that pile, which then creates overwhelm. And you might wake up sweating in the middle of the night thinking, oh, there was something so important I was supposed to do and I can't remember exactly what that is. So that's why stepping back and clearly determining whether or not it's actionable or not is key. Now, if the answer is no, then also recognize that this is information that is outside of your control. There's nothing you can do at this moment to change the outcome or take action towards the positive resolution of whatever that information was informing you about. And so it's important that you recognize that and tell yourself it's okay to let that go. And I can tell you this, when you have so many different things going on and so many unresolved issues, information that you cannot take action on, it starts to rob you of those things that are even more important. Robs you of energy and mental space that can be put towards more enriching and productive means, such as spending time with your family or growing your business or growing a strong social network. And I'm not talking about social media, I'm talking about physical, like I can reach you with my hand and say, this social network, my neighbor, the people that I want to spend time with. So I hope that helps. If we better understand why it is that we are responding and reacting to information or dealing with overwhelm, what is the root cause of it, and we run it through a very simple framework that determines whether or not this is actionable, and we know what to do with it if it is and if it isn't, then we can give ourselves permission to move forward rather than sit back and say, well, it's just one more thing that I have to filter through. So I hope that has been of value to you. And as always, I want you to remember this. The future is not set in stone. It's always out in front of you waiting to be created. And with that, I'll see you next week.